So guys, we're out here in the Hunter Classic once again, and today the update has finally dropped. We now have 300 plus meter render here in the Hunter Classic, and I've got the new items along with it. I've got the 30 power spotting scope, as well as the 22 power scope, not on that gun, on the 9.3. It goes on a lot of the guns, including the 340, but I wanted to put it on the 9.3 at least for now, and check out the reticle on this thing. It's got really bright red reticles. That's going to be nice for some of the long range shooting, and it's not too thick as well. I don't think it'll be covering targets at long range. So let's walk down here and see if we can spot something and see how the new zooms do. Oh, there's a Sitka deer forever away out there. It's a good one as well, but my goodness, that's far. Can we get somewhere we can shoot that? I want to do that. Wrong gun. I always put my 9.3 in slot 1, and now I have the 340 there. He's so far away, but look, we can get pretty good zoom on that as well. Alright. Let's see if we can get this lined up. Oh, there's bullet drop. Okay. And he actually spooked at that range. That was my other question. Does spook range change? But they'll spook now, still at render. And bullet drop is definitely a thing. I did not even take that into consideration, but it definitely happened. We've got another Sitka deer running out there, so if we can get one to stop, and I definitely want to get the one that we spooked. She's stopping out there, again, probably around 300 meters, so I cannot get the right gun out to save my life. Did she stay in render? Yeah, she did. She's just behind that tree there. So I'm just going to sneak over here and see if we can get to a spot, and then my thought is to use the first cross down on the new scope and see how that does with the bullet drop. And I'm getting out the wrong gun again. I'm gonna have to switch these as soon as we get up there. So yeah, I'm gonna go between those two. There we go. Got a hit. I'm gonna have to see where it hit her to determine what we need to do, but I think that will take her down. And I guess I'll just walk down here because that buck was pretty decent. I don't need to be spooking him by running because I do want to get him. Looks like our buck is actually out there by our down doe. Look how close we can zoom in. He's not actually as big as I thought. He's probably in the 90s area, but let's see if we can get him now with the 9.3. We shouldn't have to worry about the bullet drop very much. Should be somewhere around 200 meters, and wow, that's wobbly. And he is down. So that scope and spotting scope are super useful to getting close. I was just told, by the way, that there is currently a bug with the new render distance. Animals cannot be spotted beyond the old render distance of 220 meters, so I'm sure there'll be a hot fix on that sometime fairly soon. But for now, if you want to actually get spotting info on an animal, you have to be under the 220 meter mark. But yeah, 2 Sitka deer down already. That first shot actually dropped a doe, which I'm quite impressed with. I want to see where that hit, and then I'm thinking back to the first shot on the buck that we took. I'm actually wondering maybe the first cross down would be good, just because it dropped pretty far. So I'm gonna have to try that out around the 300 meter range again. I don't know that there's a range that I can actually go to test that. Maybe that's something that'll be introduced as well, somewhere we can work with our bullet drop. But let's see where we hit this thing. It was a right hind leg shot at 315.7 meters, so that is really far. And yeah, I would say that's a little bit lower than where I was aiming. So that cross might be where we need to place our shots, and let's just see what we got for our decent little Sitka buck here. Got a 97 score on him, but left lung and liver shot, not very far on that one, but the zoom was insane. 140 meters away, we had him pretty much filling up our entire scope. I'm just going to take a trophy shot since this is our first experience with the super long render. And looking pretty good. You can see that huge scope in the 9.3 there resting on my guy's shoulder. That is really cool. So we've gotten to see the 300 meter bullet drop a little bit, and we've gotten to see the zoom at the normal render range. Now I want to try probably putting the new scope on the 340 and go for some long shots on moose or bison. So I've managed to get another pretty decent shot lined up. We're about 255 meters away from this moose. It's not a great angle, but I've got the 340 now equipped with the new scope, and when we're zoomed in, it's not too bad. So we're gonna have to aim a little high, I think. That was a spine shot, so maybe 250 meters. There's not too much bullet drop yet. So we'll run up there and see if he expires from that before we get there. But yeah, I would say 250 meters, or maybe we just weren't actually 250. Maybe I was ranging something incorrectly. But we'll go check, see what that is. But if that's the case, 250 meters, no real bullet drop. Maybe it's also just the difference between the 340 and the 9.3. It could be that a heavier round or a faster shooting round has different bullet drops as well. So that's going to be really interesting to see as we learn more about this. Looks like our moose has expired. We just got another one hanging out up here by him. So we'll just take him out as well. Definitely no long-range opportunity on that. I just wanted to get him since he was standing there. But yeah, let's go see what the impact was. It had to be spine. I just want to know if it was like spine 1, spine 2, or where that was, and just what the range actually was on the shot, because that's what I'm most interested in. If it was actually 255 meters and there was pretty much no bullet drop, then that's going to be interesting to try to find out exactly what the bullet drop is. And it was 255.8 meters, so like exactly what our range. We got spine 3, spine 2, and right lung, so that's pretty much no bullet drop. I definitely did not aim above the moose, so that's good to know. So maybe like 280 meters, 290 meters is when you need to start aiming high. It's definitely not too close beyond the actual render, and this guy was bigger than I realized. Decent 144 scoring moose, got him right lung, liver, stomach, and intestine, just 93 meters away, and even at that 93 meters we were zoomed in, he was taking up the entire scope. So let's see if we can find another 300 meter potential shot and test that bullet drop again. Oh, we've actually got a pretty nice looking moose running away there, so yeah, he's not bad at all. I don't know, I can't spot him now because, as I said, that spotting bug is a thing, but we're going to back up a little bit. We should be looking at least 300 meters at this point, so let's get out the correct weapon and see what kind of damage we can do there. I know we should have to aim at least a little bit high. Let's try something like that. Oh, not even as high as I thought. I could see where that actually hit him. And he was definitely close to the 300 meter mark as he went out of render rather quickly. So let's run up there, see if that shot was enough to bring him down, or if not, at least where we hit. But it should have been maybe a lung. I may have even actually been a little bit too high and just got shoulder blade. That would be our moose right there, 165 to 185. So that does mean, since we're spotting him, he's under the 220 meter mark and we don't have to aim high. That should be a little bit better. That should bring him down, and he is down. So I want to see how far that first shot was, and we really don't have to aim as high as I thought. So I want to try that once more, maybe even on this cow moose if she stops before that ridge. Doesn't really look like she's interested in that though, so if she doesn't give us a chance, we'll try to line up. Ooh, she might. Maybe we can try that. That's actually going to be a little bit better. The angle is not bad. So let's back up. And we should be somewhere around the 300 meter mark now. So I'm just going to aim a little bit high with the normal one. I'm not going to try to aim with one of the other ones. That looked like it hit pretty much exactly where I wanted. I think that could be a single lung. And I'm just going to mark out there where she was, because that was really far, and I know I'm going to come up short where I think she was. So somewhere in there, we'll go grab our bull moose and see if we got a lung on that cow. Alright, so here is this guy. Definitely a lung shot the second time around, and I want to see if it was like shoulder blade or maybe just straight body on the first shot, because I know we hit him, it's like somewhere up in here. I don't see it anymore, but it was like around the spine area towards the front. So let's see. It was just straight body, 304 meters away though, and then the second shot was 217. We got double lung and shoulder blade, so still at 220 meters, we were very close to the moose, if you remember how close zoomed in we were. So let's run over here and take a look at the cow moose tracks and see if she actually went down from that shot. Ooh, I see a lot of blood. I do think that was a lung shot, and it most certainly was. So that might be our first 300 meter plus vital hit. If it was in fact over 300 meters, I try to back up to make it that, so she shouldn't be far at all. A single lung with a 340. They do not travel very far. I might have just seen her down, and we've got a bull moose calling over there, so I'm going to mark that. I might have him as our last harvest. I don't know if we'll actually get over 300 meters again, but I did see that our cow moose is down right here. So let's see if we've made our first 300 plus meter vital hit so far. I know we have one 300 plus meter kill shot, but that was like a hind leg shot. Just luckily the 9.3 is plenty powerful enough for Sitka deer. But anyway, it was in fact our first 300 plus meter vital hit, right lung at 303 meters on a cow moose. So there's a lot to be learned still about the bullet drop and everything in this game. Now that the 300 meter render is a thing. And the other thing that I've been trying to find out, as we've actually got another cow moose over here, maybe this will allow me to kind of figure it out. She is 222 meters away. Let's mark that and look at the hunter mate. Yeah, it looks like that hasn't changed. The hunter mate has always been 220 meters by 220 meters. I wondered if that was going to be 320 by 320 now. So maybe you can't hear animals further away than 220 still. like when they call, but you can now spot them from 320. So that's going to be interesting to see if that changes or stays the same as we move forward with this new render distance. Alright, change of plans. We got a bison out here over 300 meters away. I know she's going to walk out of render any second, so let's get a shot lined up on her. It's not the best angle, but I think that can work. Need to make sure I don't hit that tree. That looked somewhat decent. It may have been a little bit low. She's actually running our way, though. Or no, she's not. I thought she was. It was just the way the hill was. So hopefully that caught a lung. Their lungs do go down pretty far. So I'm guessing it might have just done that and got a single lung. Hopefully that's the case, and we can have our second 300+ meter kill shot. Otherwise, we'll have to put another one in her, but it's all just experimenting right now, trying to figure out exactly where to place those shots that are over 300 meters, because it's definitely difficult. That's the first time there's been real bullet drop from the rifles in the game, so it's good to see. It actually turned out to be a intestine shot, but I think it's going to be enough. 21 to 37% already on the health, so probably liver. Or whatever it was, it's taking it down really fast. In fact, it is down right here, so that should be our second 300+ meter kill shot, and I think our last for this video. This has been a blast, and to be quite honest, guys, you might not see me with a bow in my hands for a while. I know we're going to be doing a lot more long-range hunting here in the Hunter Classic in the near future. But that was 304 meters stomach and liver, and remember I had to stay back a little bit because of that tree there. So not bad, 91 female at over 300 meters. That has been a lot of fun doing some long range shooting. So yeah, expect more in the future, probably some ibex, bighorn, maybe some stuff on Loggers Point and Bushrangers Run. It should be a blast. So with that, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.